Welcome back, everybody, to the A.J.I podcast, episode 30. If you're not already following, please do and share this with all of your friends, your families, your brothers, your sisters, your moms, your dads, your aunts, your uncles, and your cats, dogs, owners. And let's get right into the episode. Have to do that so we can get some room noise so when I start editing and stuff like that.
Do you think you say the intro the same every time? Do you think you mess it up sometimes? Or just say something different, not mess it up?
I've kind of narrowed it down to where like I start saying this. I'm starting to say the same thing every single time. Yeah. But sometimes I miss the part where I say either your mom's, your dad's, or your aunts, your uncles. You know. All right, welcome back, everybody. This is.
Nope.
Episode? No, we're fine. We're fine.
Okay. I was going to say, that was a lot. Try again.
Welcome back, everybody. I'm here, as always, with my wonderful, beautiful wifey. Say hello, wifey.
Hello.
And today we have our episode 30. How cool is that? And what better way to have this episode number 30 than with a guest.
A very special guest.
My cousin Nicolas.
Hey everybody, how you doing?
How you doing?
Hey, ¿qué pasa?
¿Cómo estás?
¿Qué pasito?
So Nico is like one of the youngest cousins, yeah.
Yeah,
third.
It's my sisters that are there.
Are you the youngest boy cousin?
Anton, there's Anton.
Oh yeah.
For a while, I was the youngest guy cousin, and I didn't like that.
That means if we have a baby, ours will be but no, it'd be cousin then cousin.
Yeah,
second cousin.
Ew. So yeah, I'd say like these past. How long has it been? Because like we've started to get quite close. Like I mean, when you were younger, we were close, but like
not really,
not like as much.
Not
like
really.
Now.
Yeah, not really.
I want to say maybe like past 3-4 years we've been starting to really.
No, I think the when we started was last year during summer.
You think?
Yeah, because that's when I started playing Fortnite with you guys all the time.
Really?
That's when you got me into it. I think
it's got to be like 2 years.
Well,
really?
Depends.
I have not been playing Fortnite for 2 years yet.
Really? That's crazy. It feels a lot longer.
It was back when the last day of the OG season map.
the first OG season came out. Yeah.
And it was like regular Fortnite. I'm pretty sure, right?
What?
It was regular Fortnite, and they brought the OG map back, or was it a different mode?
It was the regular Fortnite game mode, and it was the very first OG season. Basically.
That's not what I mean. That's the first time I played. I played with you and Gio.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I wasn't
a big fan, and then a week or so later,
I
haven't put it down since.
Well, I mean, I wasn't really close to anybody in our family at that point, because like I didn't
so far away.
Far away, first of all. Second of all, I also don't. I mean, I didn't really know how to talk to people really back then.
Oh, real quick, we'll try and avoid saying where the city we are right now.
Where you live.
Yeah.
That's a good point.
And then
do
your best not to say
because I'm pretty sure we've said our state.
Specific names or like your friends' names or whatever. Those are
we good with cousins? Cousins names though?
Cousins are,
because I think you say that.
I don't think they'd sue us. Hopefully not.
Max is like, Just kidding.
So
like he lives in France. No one's gonna take a flight to France and say, "Are you Max Iglesias? How'd you know? Your nephew told us about you."
What?
All right.
I need my lawyer.
I need my lawyer. It's in French. I need my lawyer. I don't speak French. My lawyer. Lawyer. He doesn't even speak French. They're just in the courtroom. Your Honor.
Just the heavy accent.
Your Honor. He can't even speak to Max in French either. But yeah, anyways, like I said before, I wasn't really close with any of you guys. I was kind of close with actually no. wasn't close with any of the cousins, and that was something that like I was so upset about, right? And like for a long time, I wished I said, man, because like I had an old best friend, right? He was like with his grandpa and his cousins, they'd have sleepovers like every week, right? And that would make me like so upset. I'm like, well, first of all, I would love to have a sleepover with them, but I can't because they're so far away, right? And it just made me upset. So it took like about a year, maybe like 3 or 4 years, right?
Yeah.
It took a long time. And then I was with Gio on a trip to Yosemite.
Yeah.
A trip to Yosemite. And then man, that whole time, dude, I was just with Gio. I like made my best friends with him pretty much. And then later on I became best friends with you after that. So
And then like your kind of main hobby is somewhat sparked from us, I'd say, from me,
I think staying up till 1 o'clock, kind of.
That's not a hobby, really.
It's not a hobby, but
for say Gio, I feel like he was a big influence on you, like starting to play guitar and whatnot.
Yeah, because I got into guitar. Well, actually, you know something? I think I got Gio back into guitar.
Yeah,
I think I did
because he started getting better, and he was like, "Oh, I can't let him pass me up."
because I started playing, and then I remember I was learning the solo from Michael Jackson's "Beat It," and I would always call Gio, and I'd be like, "How do you do this part again?" And I think you're right. I think he started to see. He's like, "Shoot." I think he's getting better at
catching
me.
up.
He's getting like quickly too. That was like maybe like 3 months in, to when I was playing. And then I showed him like an amp that I bought, whatever. And then he got into that, and then he's just been like kind of into that. He's gone through like
many guitars.
If you have him on here, he'll tell you he's been through. He's like on guitar number 6 right now.
Also
car number 12.
Yeah, he's freaking Japanese one.
Before we get too far, I can relate to you when it comes to like not being very close with any of the cousins. It took until last year, out of our 6-year relationship almost, it took till last year to get close with Kaylee and Beza.
Really?
And you, but you make more sense because you're far away. But yeah, becoming really close with the girls, it was hard, but it was my own fault because I'm just a very anxiety-filled, scared, don't know how to talk to people type of person.
Well, it wasn't that bad because I remember like the first time I saw you is when we were at our grandma's house and you brought Jerica, and I remember seeing her, I was like,
who is that?
I was like, first of all, I was like, who is that? And second of all, I was like, I'm a little scared. Really.
I know it.
And then it wasn't until you came to our house. In our house that one time.
When we went to go see Pitbull with your dad.
That's when it was. You guys came over, and then I remember thinking, I'm like, she's not that scary after all. And then I was like, she's not that scary. And
I think I'm more scared of you than you are scared of me. I'm just scared of everyone.
A little kid. No, but and then I was like, and I remember telling my mom, I'm like, Jerica's all right. She's pretty chill. And I'm happy that she'll be a part of that's what I said. I was like, I'm happy that she'll be a part of our family. And that was like the first time that I ever like really.
And that's what I strived for. I just wanted Andre's family to like me.
It worked.
Because I was like, I don't know. If they don't like me, I don't know about this.
Well, it worked. So, and here we are now.
Yeah.
I feel like another kind of thing that like, I guess, I don't want to say pushed us apart from each other or whatever, but I guess made us not be able to connect as much with you when you were younger was definitely the age gap as well.
That's the one thing that I always think about, right? That's like, the one thing I always
born earlier.
That's what I always said, right?
And I feel like that's how Kaylee is too. She's like, I want to be your age, and I'm like, you do not want to be almost 22. It's actually so dumb.
I know.
It's so dumb.
Like I always told myself, I always said, I wish I was just older. I wish I could have talked to Andre. I wish I could have talked to Gio, right? Franchi and everybody, and I was like, man, if only.
Yeah,
but
I can only imagine if you like grew up like the same age that we were, and if you were down here, like how much fun we would have had. Like because me and Gio, we had a really strong relationship.
So strong, I wasn't sure
way back
if
when
I had
before I started dating
Andre.
Jerica.
chance.
Yeah, we would.
I wasn't sure if I had a place in your heart.
We would be sleeping over all the time, having all the different types of adventures.
You want to hang out? I'm with Gio. Okay.
And
you want to hang out?
You want to hang out? Yeah, Gio's gonna tag along with us. What?
Do you know what's so funny? Gio was there to witness our first kiss.
Yeah.
Are you serious?
Yeah, he was in the back seat of my car.
Yeah, and I kissed
I went
Andre
to drop
first.
her off. She kissed me first.
But
yeah.
I got all the way out of the car, and I was like,
no, I can't leave
I was
without.
like, he didn't want to
putting a
kiss me. I'm gonna
smooch.
kiss him. I got back in the car, kissed him, and I booked it to my front door.
You know that you know Andre the second that door, what was it, through the window or something or
No, I got all
was-
the way back in the car to kiss
Oh
him.
really? Yeah, you know that I know for a fact that when you left that car, the door went. Yeah, and then you and Andre and then you and Gio went. Yeah, that's what's up, dude.
No,
what did happen?
literally, I was like, I turned back to Gio and I was like, hey,
Hey, I know for a fact. I don't even have. You haven't even told me that. I'm like, I know that's how things go.
I wouldn't have known because I ran my
So
heart
fast.
was racing to the front door. I was like, he can't
I'd
watch me.
walk.
And you're like Frank.
And then he got home and sent me videos of him in the shower with socks on.
In the shower?
Okay, he was in his, because we had just got back from the lake, so he was still in his.
Yeah, I was still in my swimming suit. and
Swimming
whatnot.
suit, yeah.
And I was with
Now
Gio
that we've
as
kissed,
well.
let me show you something.
No. He got in the shower with his.
I also stuck my foot in the toilet with my socks on.
And sent me videos of it, like how attractive.
Still have those videos too.
This'll get her to want to kiss me again. Foot goes in the toilet.
Yeah.
Little. Yeah.
What, Andre, what's that noise? Nothing. I remember back then, dude. That's what everybody wanted to do.
I also have an old video of you. I think it was you playing Fortnite on my Nintendo Switch.
Were we outside at?
We were, and then
It was Smash Bros.
Oh, it was Smash Bros. So you were playing, and you'd be jerking at the.
Bro, I still do that. I still do that. Dude, when I'm playing with you guys late at night, like I just barely told you before this, dude, I'll just especially with a sniper shot, right? I'll line it up. And I'll freaking jerk, and then that's why I miss that's why I miss 90% of my shots, because I'll jerk, I'm ready to have it perfectly lined up, and I'll go like that, and I'll move up to the sky for a second like that, especially because of my sensitivity as well, and I'm like, oh gosh, dang, dude.
No,
I should use that excuse. Anytime you guys see me,
Sorry, I got Tourette's. Don't mind me.
Got him.
What's that noise? Nothing. On the way here, what were you singing or something like that? I think you were just listening to one of my Van Halen songs, and you just start
I'm like, no,
to like the beat, and I said, bro, you look like you got cerebral palsy. Like anybody who looks out the window, you look like just. No, Dan. Freaking Walter Jr.
I don't want to celebrate my birthday anymore.
If we were big, this would be canceled.
No.
Already.
No, this would be such a great episode.
I know.
This is such a great episode already.
It is.
No, I kind of do that when I'm playing Rocket League with any other game.
Oh yeah, and I make fun of him and he gets mad, and I'm like, well, you're literally jerking at your screen.
Yeah, I'm like. Leaning to side. Last night I was so locked in. I started leaning back in my chair when I was doing aerials.
Me waking
and stuff.
I woke up angry. I was like, "You said you weren't gonna be on that long," and he's like,
I
played
lied.
2 games."
Oh.
And I was like, "Oh." Anyways.
No, I thought you said how many more. You said how many more games do you have to play? I said we're gonna play 2 more.
Oh, I just woke up grumpy because I had asked you beforehand to watch a show with me, and I felt like crap, and I was nauseous for whatever reason. My shoulders, by the way, got sunburn at the lake, so my shoulders were red, and anytime I moved, it felt like sandpaper on the bed. Mm-hmm. And so I just kind of fell asleep, and I was like, I want to watch Temptation Island, okay? So I just woke up angry, and I was like, how many more games do you have?
We played
3
2
more,
games.
and I said, can you hurry? I've been waiting. I'm going to fall asleep, and we're not going to be able to watch our show.
We played 3 games of Marvel Rivals, and then 4 games of Rocket League in total. So Maybe like an hour.
Really?
Yeah, but I had fallen asleep for like 30 seconds and it felt like an hour.
Yeah.
So I kind of woke up angry because I was like, no way, you're still in the game.
I love those times when you fall asleep and it's been like 5 minutes, but it feels like a solid 2 hours.
Yeah.
Those are like the best power naps ever.
I'll just go a little like, just a little, not soft, like.
Off topic?
Not off topic, because it's still about, like, because, like, when I think about, like, video games, right? Like, I'm not, like, that's not the biggest priority that I have in my life. I don't like, the only time I really play is with you guys on the weekends, and that's really it. That's not something I like to do. But back then, man, I remember my friend, he told me, he's my best friend at the time, he said, Nick, get Fortnite, dude. I'm like, okay. So I went home to my parents. I said, can we get this game? They're like, yo, what's it called? They're like, Fortnite. They're like, Fortnite? And I was like, yeah.
Did they know about it before?
Apparently they did.
Probably because it
was a gun, because it was a shooter game. And I remember I was so upset about it because I couldn't play. And I remember it was maybe a couple months after that, and the season changed, and the profile picture for it went from like season 7 to season 8. So when I went to go tell my parents if I could get this game again, they didn't remember what the game cover looked like, because it changed, and they're like, oh yeah. And my dad, he like instantly, he was like, yeah, sure. Just give me the Switch. So only reason I know you guys now is because the cover. Well, I didn't lie. I didn't tell him what it was.
You didn't lie, but like...
It's just the cover. I just said, can I get this? But anyways, like I was saying is, I wish, like, I didn't... Because there's things I wish I didn't do. I wish I got into, like, more, like, sports back then, right? Instead of Fortnite.
You played a little bit of soccer.
I want to get into this, like, really do. Especially because, like, a bunch of people at my school, they do.
Yeah.
And that's the thing about high school, right? You'll be a little bit more up there on the
popularity scale.
I feel like if you play a sport,
you're already on the popular scale.
I think so. But
definitely on the popular scale.
But
I know if you were in our grade back in school, you would have been popular.
Oh yeah,
you think so?
100%.
I mean, because I remember we were talking about this a while back. You're like, Nico, are you popular? And I'm like,
you said no.
Every time
we're
we
like,
ask
yes,
you don't.
You were popular in school,
and you're like, you probably walk into a group of people waiting for you at school when you get there in the morning. They're like, Nico.
No, but like, because the thing is that like, the thing like when you brought that up is you were like, are you friends with the student council? Was that what it was?
Any student council?
You were like, are you friends with the student council? And I was like, yeah. And you're like, okay, you're popular. But sure. I'm like,
you were like, what?
I was like, what? Because I was like, I don't know if it's like I do know some people on student council, but I don't know if because this isn't to be rude, but I don't know. You guys say that you weren't very popular back then, right?
No, not really.
So
I mean, like,
not really.
People
crazy.
knew of me, but
everybody knows of each other in high school,
right?
Yeah,
because your brother.
Yeah, everybody knew me as Francesco's little brother. But that was only like the grades above me, you know?
Yeah.
They're like, oh, hey, you're Chesco's little brother. I was like, yep, that's me.
That's me.
Me with a wand, yep.
And then I really only had like, I kind of...
You weren't popular. The group you hung out with was not.
No. But I had like two different friend groups in a way. One was definitely closer than the other, and then the other friend group, I would just kind of every now and again I'd like say hi, hang out some very little, but only at school. I would never really hang out with them outside of school, but I wanted to.
That's with me. Like, cause what I do is like, I don't know what you guys think, cause like I have this like one friend group, right? I've got like not a lot of people, because it sucks, because like the girls got in a fight, right? They kicked 2 girls out. Another girl got in a fight with another girl, so they kicked another girl out, and then a girl that would hang out.
Kicked out for that completely?
Well, it's not like a kicked out. It's more of like
suspension,
it's suspension. Yeah, you've got a 2-month period to shape yourself up. Apparently, with them.
And then you get expelled, and then that means that I think expelled is you can't finish the rest of the year, and then
you
if you get in trouble again.
Yeah.
That's when they're like, you were never.
But it's not like kicked out. It's more of like a. They'll just make a new group chat without you,
Bro.
And I'm like, I'm just trying to make everything. I'm just trying to do everything right in that group chat. Just laugh at the dumbest things.
Oh,
I'm like,
did you mean get kicked out by the friend group?
Yeah. Oh, not at school.
I thought you meant kicked out of school.
So did I. I was like, no way you don't get repercussions before you get kicked out of school.
If you have a little bicker with a friend over there, you get expelled. I was confused. I was like, what are you talking about expelled from?
Yeah, I thought you meant getting kicked out of school for getting in a fight. And I was like, kicked out is crazy.
No, like just like a quarrel.
So like if
that word.
People in the friend group,
yeah, like just our own separate problems, right?
I see.
Then both of them do, or like the one at wrong,
the one that they think is wrong, right?
They get kicked out of the group chat or whatever.
They get kicked out of the group chat, and like it sucks. I ended up hanging out with like 2 of them after that because I was like, it's retarded. Yeah. But and then there's school as well.
That does definitely give teenage behavior.
Because it is. And we'll just like I have like a bunch of people that I'll just go say hi to all the time, right? I'll stop by them, talk to them, stop by them, talk to them, stop by, done.
Yeah.
Until I just finish throughout the day. And yeah, it's just it's really that one group that I just hang out with outside. But then the other ones are just like, I just know them at school, if you would call that
like
popular. Yeah, acquaintances.
But they know who you are.
They know who I am, and they'll just be like, Nick, what's up, dude? And I'll be like, what's up, dude? and it's like more of like a, because I think acquaintances, they're more, I'm so sorry, I'm talking for a while, but I'm like,
you're good.
Like, acquaintances, they're more like you just like say hi to them, like don't really talk to them. But like some of the kids that I go talk to, I'll just say hi to them and talk to them for a while, right?
So yeah, I had a lot of acquaintances as well, but only a few friends, and then
friends, yeah,
even less few friends. You know,
I didn't. I had a really sad, like, friend life before you.
Really?
I had none.
Yeah, because the girl that I liked at the time,
we're dating.
Shortly after were dating.
That. No,
before when she first introduced you to the friend group.
Oh yeah,
episode 2.
So the girl that I liked at the time,
no way.
She found you up in. Like,
I had been friends with her forever, but I never really, because she was one of those like, she hung out with anybody and everyone. Yeah. Like she just would go to random people and start hanging out with them. And I was not like that.
Mm-hmm. But you were like on the 3rd floor or something like that, eating your lunch.
And everyone thinks I did it for attention, but I was on the 3rd floor because nobody was on the 3rd floor, and I could peacefully eat my food and watch my show out loud. Okay, to me it was peaceful.
Yeah,
But to everybody else, I feel like everyone kind of was like, "You're just looking for attention." Not the case.
Now that I'm hearing what you're saying, like how you would just go sit and watch your show, right? Because you were doing it on your phone, right? Or were you doing it on a computer?
No, I was.
Hallelujah.
Yeah.
Hallelujah. Because at our school, bro, that's like you stay like 6 feet away from them, right? Like 6 feet at least. Because like there's the Chromebook kids. That's what we call them. We call them Chromebook kids because the school gave everybody they gave them Chromebooks for home at work at home, right?
Yeah.
But the kids, dude, they'll be freaking watching their Chromebook during passing periods with headphones on. Like, and we call them Chromebook kids. I'm like, gosh dang. I'm like, that's bad.
Take a 30-second walk.
Yeah, like, can you not look up first? I mean, I'm watching my phone while passing periods, right? Yeah. A group of girls are walking past me.
But it's different. It's different.
Yeah, like a group of girls are passing by me. That settings app just comes open immediately, dude. I'll do anything.
The weather app. Oh,
the weather app.
What's the weather looking like
weather
today?
app's calling my name.
UV's going to be 9.
Yeah, I've got to know what temperature it is in London right now.
Humidity.
Humidity.
Where were you going with your story?
What? Oh, I was just bouncing off what you were saying, that you didn't really like hang out with too many people.
You said the girl that you liked at the time.
Oh yeah,
yeah. She came up and then brought you kind of down to our friend group,
and then that's when I had friends, and then.
If you
want to go back to episode 2, you can find out all the tea.
Yeah.
No, but but like that's the same kind of like case with me, because my friend he kind of just brought me into that group. Actually, no. So the girl, am I fine to say her name? I don't think she's gonna sue me for it.
Well, yeah, I don't know if you want to share this with everybody.
It's fine, but
you should though. You should like tell everybody that, hey, I was on a podcast, guys. You guys should go listen.
You should go listen to it. But cool. The first thing we talk about is Fortnite. And I'm like, oh gosh, I'm going on that. I'm going below the social.
It's fine. It's because you're just a guest.
I'm just a guest.
We're talking about our like.
I'm not like the other guys at school. I play Fortnite. No, but
the guys at school don't play Fortnite.
Yeah, like the guys in my group
like
do.
Call of Duty,
they're up there.
GTA, CS:GO,
not even,
Marvel
dude.
Rivals.
Like my friend, he's a good buddy of mine, and he's on the football team, right?
Oh.
He's on.
See, you're a popular kid.
Yeah,
dude.
That's crazy.
He's like one of my best friends, right? Yeah, Bridge. It's fine. Well, you can just get that out. It doesn't matter. But
whatever.
I got two friends on the football team, right? And then they'll just call me. They're like, Nick, hop on for it. I'm like, all right. All right. I could roll with that. But what was I saying?
Football team.
Oh yeah, like the guys, they're up there. They're kind of pretty up there on the social popularity list. They'll talk to a lot of cheerleaders too, and I'm like best friends with them too. So, and I'm like it's not that bad. It's not that bad, right? It's just not something that you go like talk like every lunch with them about,
like Fortnite and whatnot.
Fortnite, like they play Minecraft. They're like, Nick, get Minecraft and play there, and I'm like, like, I'd rather, but it's just not something that you just don't talk about at lunch, and it's usually fine after that.
Yeah, it's not like your life, you know. Fortnite definitely not. You know, like those memes that they have of like the Fortnite kid. He's got like a Fortnite sweater on.
Yeah. I could never do.
Oh my goodness.
I'm so glad Kaylee. She kind of helped me a little bit. Like Kaylee did help me, and then
Helps your style.
Yeah, with my style, dude. I'm worried that I might have rocked the Fortnite some shirt with like a llama on it or something like that. Go to school like that. And I'm like, I could never.
Oh, you thought you would eventually get?
Eventually, that's what I'm worried about.
Oh no,
that's what I'm so worried about. But that's really it. You know, it's not horrible.
I'd say you definitely got a good what's it called?
Balance.
No, like a good closet now.
Oh yeah, is that what I think?
I never found an issue.
Really?
Well, I mean, I feel like you were more dressed as, I guess like more of what your parents picked out. You know, more than what you picked out, and it kind of.
Real quick, am I crazy? Did anyone else just watch the light
flash?
Light
flicker? Yeah.
No.
I did.
Did you know? Well, Stranger Things season 5. No, but yeah, like I'm glad I learned about this kind of stuff later. But
yeah, that's because like you grow up with your parents always picking out your clothing and whatnot.
Thank goodness I pushed away from that.
And then at some point you're like, oh, I kind of want to start picking out my own stuff. This is what I think is cool. Whatnot. And so then you kind of got away from that, and Kaylee helped you with that.
Yeah, because you know how they say they're like
looking good.
You don't have to have like a bunch of money to be popular, right? Mm-hmm. Well, like I was thinking about this, like people on like the cheer team, right? It's like $800-900 just to be on the cheer team, right? And I'm like, you gotta have a lot of money to be popular, right? So, but
well, not necessarily.
Is that true? Because
I think so.
Tried out for cheerleading.
Well, it depends on how much
all
you
of
pay.
the extracurricular activities in high school are really expensive.
Crazy.
Like football is like a good $600 or something like that. You know,
I don't think she made it in, unfortunately. But
not really.
No, she. Oh wait, maybe
she made dance.
No, she's in dance right now.
Last I heard is that
she tried out. No, she kind of had.
Didn't she not say it was the beginning of April? That her.
I don't know about that, but I
don't know.
I think she said. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. I thought she said that she didn't get in, and her choir
her choir didn't go to state.
Yeah, didn't make it to state this year.
Yeah. Extracurricular activities can be real expensive.
I was in volleyball for a year. I'm not sure how much that cost though.
Really, it's for Sophia. It's
probably
like
not as much.
$7
because it wasn't through the school.
Whatnot.
It wasn't through the school. It was through the
club maybe.
If it's through the outside other than school, I think. I'm not sure if it's more expensive or cheaper. Or
I think it's cheaper because dance for Kaylee's cheaper.
Is it?
As far as I know.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure like football is one of the highest because you also got to pay for the extra like equipment and whatnot. Soccer is pretty up there, like 200-300 maybe. But
of that,
not too sure.
I don't know if this man's a football player, because I don't know him. But we were at the gym on Thursday, and I was flabbergasted. Andre and I both watched this kid squat.
This man. This man.
I don't know. He looked like he was like 18, 19.
Alpha male. No. Well, I mean, I recognize him. I'm pretty sure he's like,
so like maybe
1 or
22
2 years older, or like a grade or two older than me, per se.
Like, so like 24. I guess he like, okay, yeah.
24, 25.
Okay, when I think about stuff like that, I still think I'm 19. And I'm almost 22. So.
I hate seeing couples at the gym. I hate it.
Okay. Why?
Anyways, how much did he squat? I was flabbergasted. No help, nothing.
He started with 5 plates and then a 25 on each side.
Jeez.
So that's like almost 500 pounds, or it was 500 pounds. And then he put on another plate.
And I think he got one because he squatted like 4 times with the almost 500 pounds.
Yeah.
Bro.
But I was like flabbergasted. He had a show too. I like looked back and everyone was like,
yeah, everyone was watching him.
That's
and
wild.
I was like, I think it'd be even crazier if that was a female though.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
It's crazy that he could do that. I was like, no way. Blew my mind.
He got some beefy
But yeah,
legs,
his
dude.
legs were like,
Yeah, she went up and measured him himself. She's like, "Excuse me, don't mind me." Grabs his thighs.
34 inches.
no, yeah, he was huge. I was just like, I've never seen that in real life. Mm-hmm. It's always like those.
Those videos and whatnot.
Yeah, the videos. But anyway, sorry, I had to say that because I was mind blown to watch it in person.
Give me a second. I gotta blow my nose real quick. All right, where were we?
Start new.
We're gonna go to the topic of
Wait, I have something.
What?
Tell it.
I seen it on TikTok today while you're at the gym.
They're special.
What's up?
And it sounds very much believable. But I also have never seen it, so I can't say it's real. But apparently there is like tunnels underneath Los Angeles where famous people drive.
That makes sense.
Like because this guy was like, I've been down there because he's like on a podcast. I don't know what podcast, don't know who this is, but he was like saying like, I've been there. And if you ever wonder why you never just see a celebrity at a stopped light in a car or
that's a good point.
You know, things like
every
that.
Once in a while, but it's not very often, you know.
Yeah, like there's tunnels and stuff
and
like
apparently
that.
there's
and
even
there's
like little
Starbucks.
restaurants. Yeah.
Yeah, like Starbucks under there for like Jerry Seinfeld and stuff.
It's crazy. It's like
I thought that was crazy because I always thought that. I always was like, I bet you there's like these tunnels that these famous people can just drive in.
Sense.
Yeah.
It makes sense.
Right.
At least for me, at least.
It makes total sense because I feel like you never
see them.
Never see anybody in a car like that.
So I wanted to talk about, we had a topic that we didn't talk about in our past podcast because I wanted to talk about it with a guest. And
look who you got here.
Look at that. We got a guest. But I wanted to talk about night games. Okay. And so I'm gonna say like the ones I remember, like what we would play and whatnot when we were kids with our like neighbors or in our like church group or whatever.
Yeah.
I actually don't know what they're called.
What?
So there was one where it's like, Ghost in the Graveyard.
That's the only one I think I know.
That's the one that I mainly remember. Where like,
how did you play it?
So you had one person that was the ghost, and they would go out, and you also had a safe zone, which there would be a light on where the safe zone is at, and so everybody would try and find the ghost, I guess, and then as soon as you found the ghost, you'd have to start booking it back to the safe zone. And you'd be like, Ghost in the Graveyard, Ghost in the Graveyard. And the ghost would try and like tag someone.
And if they didn't, they'd keep being the ghost.
Yeah. And then like you'd switch and whatnot if you got tagged. That's... Why is that the only one that I can remember?
I remember playing Parole.
Parole?
parole or something.
Patrol.
Or is it?
Where you have a light, and then if you catch someone in the light, they're out.
Kinda.
What's that one game called? Cops and Robbers?
Cops and Robbers.
Cops and Robbers. That's what I think.
Oh, that's the one.
That's. I think I call it parole with my friends. But like,
same thing.
I think so, because like
light and whatnot.
Maybe because what we do is like some of our friends will have electric scooters, right? So we'll go around the church, right? Because my friend lives like right next to it. You just hop over his fence.
Yeah.
And then we just go around the church, and you just go hide, and if they see you, then you're it next time. I love playing that because like my friend, he the one on the football team, what he did one time is he's just we're playing, the guy's going around, he just climbs up, I'm like, where'd he go? I look on the roof of the church, and he's there, and he's in like the Batman position, so I just stand like, Batman? He's like, oh, you're kidding me. And he's just on top of the church. And it was like, I was like, bro, you should get down, but that's a really good spot. Let me get up there with you. And I was thinking about it, but I'm like, no, that's.
I remember there was those like was it the spot where they had like the AC units and there's a wall around it?
That's where I hide all the time.
You climb up onto the wall and then climb up on top of the church from there. Because that's the only place that I could think of.
Because that's usually where I hide from them all the time. I never played night games because I was always too scared that I'd have a high pitched scream whenever you would play and someone's that's pretty accurate. And like I'd have them. They're like, let's play night games. I'm like, yeah. And then by some miracle, every time someone was like, nah, let's do something else, I'm like, yeah. Thank goodness.
Yeah.
So what do you and your friends like do when you hang out? You just chat, talk.
Sometimes, yeah. We talk a lot, and it's funny because I remember like we'll try our best to do stupid things like dig Geo, pretty much. Like that's what I'm excited for when I drive, to do stupid stuff like that.
What?
Sometimes.
Dig Geo? What?
Like Geo.
Oh,
what he does is he'll just go in a mine or something like that. That's what I want to do.
Yeah.
But like we'll just go to like Costa Vida or something like that. We'll go eat there, and he'll just do something stupid, like right in the middle of the crowd. Like he'll just go right there. He's filling up his drink, and he just went, "I'm so ugly." Whole room went quiet, and we're like, "Bruh," and we're like, "Why'd you do that, dude?" And he's like, "It was funny." I'm like, "What? Why?"
That's one thing. Okay, so we were at the gas station, right, babe, and to get your Dr. Pepper, and Nico was grabbing his drink, and he was like trying out different sodas and whatnot, and a lady came up and she started talking, and Nico started like kind of making a little conversation with her and whatever, and he holds up his like 2 drops in his cup, and he's like, "Yep, cheers to that." And I was like, "Oh my, social anxiety fears you, Nico."
You know what's weird is because
you're very extroverted, and I wish I could be the same.
I think so.
You're better than I am.
Mm-hmm. And I like catch me speaking max 2 words to a random person.
No, I'm saying you're better than me. You can have a conversation with someone way more than I could.
Oh, a wee bit better, and
I literally
I've
get
gotten
nauseous.
better.
I get so scared because I'm like, any awkward situation, like you think awkward silence is like awkward. To me, it's like 400 times awkward than you think it is. And now I want to throw up, cry, scream, and go sit in a corner for 10 seconds to figure out what happened.
So what's your name?
I cannot.
We were at work one day, and my brother came in with his girlfriend, right?
Mm-hmm. The newer one.
Yeah.
How long ago was this?
Not very long
month
ago.
ago?
Okay, so it's the newer one.
And so we went out to go say hi and whatever. Or I did first.
Yeah,
and I was talking to them and whatnot.
They were sitting at the bar top, so they're facing. So if you walk into the bar, like behind the counter, they're facing me.
You're at a bar?
No, I mean,
you
can't say it.
But, anyways, they're facing me if I walk in. But Andre was standing by Franchi, so Franchi was looking that way at Andre, and this girl kind of looked at me, and I was like, "Oh no!" And I wanted to come say hi, so I did.
She hasn't met this girl.
Never met her in my life. This is the first time I've even seen her, and I like walk over there, and I was like, "Nice to meet you." And I was like,
you were like, why did I say that? I haven't even met her yet.
I haven't been introduced.
I don't even know her name.
I don't know her
leave
my name.
Nothing. And I was like,
She was like, hey, nice to meet you.
You like leave the bar. You're like, all right, see, I love you. Break.
yeah, I literally like, and then I was like, and then I started yapping because I was like, oh yeah, like.
Sorry that your order came out. It
Well,
was
my
all
best
messed
friend
up.
was the bartender that day.
Yeah.
So she was their server. And she, right before I had went to say hi, she was like, they swapped 2 tables crispers. So Franchi got the wrong crispers and the other person got Franchi's. It was a thing. It was easily fixed. But like she's telling me. And so after I had this anxiety moment of, why did I just say like, nice to meet you to this girl? I don't even know her. I immediately go, oh yeah, Franchi, like I'm sorry about the crispers. I didn't know what to say. And at this point I'm like, walk away. Walk away.
Just turn around and walk away.
Let's try again.
Hey, sorry, Franchi. Sorry about your...
No, yeah. I was freaking out. I
Comes
walked
back
out.
in, tries again. It messes up.
Yeah, I walked out and my friend was standing there and I was like, I need to go home.
Jerica, you've been at our table 5 times. What's going on?
Walks back.
Sorry about that.
My anxiety's so stupid.
Is it?
So annoying at times.
I don't know, like, because I'll just, like, sometimes I'll just be for the heck of it. Like, if I don't know them, like, I'll be extra, like I did at the gas station. Because she's like, I'm not down. She's like, I'm not down here very often. I'm like,
Yeah,
me
neither
too.
am I
was like, me too. I was like, I pull up to her. I was almost like I was trying to like pull a move on her. That's what it looked like. I'm like, I'm dispensing my ice, and she's like, I'm like, so where are you from? And then she tells me, and she's like, where are you from? I'm like, funny you ask. I'm from out of town. And then we just left it. We just left it at that. We left it at that. I was thinking about saying, can I get your number really quickly?
No.
Did you get secondhand
She was 70.
embarrassment?
She was 70.
What?
Did you get secondhand embarrassment?
A little bit. But it's just me. Like,
That's exactly how
my
I am.
mindset in situations is so different.
Like,
But if you
if I'm
wanted
with
to-
my mom, and my mom will talk to anyone.
Really?
Okay?
That's what
she
my
does
mom.
Sometimes she'll
give a
start talking to
dang.
someone, and I'm like, oh no. Oh no, what do I do?
I need to get
Oh.
away.
Oh no.
Hey, you go up to talk to them. Hey, my name is...
Turn to walk away.
It's the same thing. Jerry,
Yeah,
didn't you do that last time?
time? If I'm not with someone that I'm comfortable with,
Really?
it's over for me. That's why I was always scared to go see your grandparents, because
Really?
if Andre had to pee, I'm like, I have to stand in a room full of your family while you go pee?
Honestly,
You're like,
with,
let me come with you.
yeah, with our grandpa, because he only spoke Spanish. Honestly, it was he's my grandpa. I've been seeing him for like 10 years, and every time I would talk to him, he's like, "¿Qué pasa, mijo?" And every time I'd go, "Sí." Literally, I would by anything that he would say, I would say, "Sí." He'd be like, he's like, "Tiene hambre? Are you hungry?" And I'd be like, "Sí." I'm like, I've got no idea what he just said.
I never understood
What
it.
did I
And
just say yes to?
There was those moments where he would try to talk to me while it was just me and him in a room, and I'm like,
Yeah, that's
no.
how it was.
oh no,
And
I
if
can't
you were,
respond.
if you were with my grandma at the time, right? And if you got locked in a room with her, she'd just start cooking you a meal.
Bruh.
Yeah.
she
that's-
would, honestly.
That's the thing, is your whole family is the sweetest people on earth, but like I can't.
Really.
Because then my anxiety starts going, and so like when someone starts talking to me, I just start spitting out stuff that makes no sense, and then I over-explain something so small,
Really?
and I'm like,
makes no sense.
oh, I need to know. Don't talk to me.
Yeah.
I've done it with your dad a few times.
Really?
Like, he probably doesn't realize or notice, but
I think
I'm like,
we all do that.
I kind of do
he'll
that
start
with
talking
your
to me, and
family
and
too.
He's so like he tries to make. It's not that he tries. He's like doesn't make anything awkward. He makes you feel very comfortable.
I love you, and I love.
But oh my gosh, my
my
brain
dad.
just like sends anxiety through my whole body, and I'm like, oh no. And I start saying something, and then he gets confused, and I'm like, I'm confused too, man.
If I ever get bored with your dad, Andre, like if things get quiet, I'll just grab his head. I'll just grab his
Michael
head.
Jordan.
Yeah, like if things get awkward, I'll just go, "I'm sorry." That's usually how it goes. I usually say I'm sorry before I do it. It's like, forgive me.
I have always said, though, that is my second most favorite human on earth.
Love my dad.
I love it.
So
besides you, you're my first. That's where we're going with that one.
Adorable.
Yeah.
Would you say that your Spanish has gotten better over the past few years?
It's great. What I'll do is because I remember I was at this like rehearsal. It was like a rehearsal for a dance at a bunch of like these like cheerleaders, right? And like my friend's that football guy, he's on there, right?
Yeah.
And I went there, I rehearsed for a whole 2 weeks of dance. We got first place at the dance, right? But then there was this one cheerleader over there, right? And I'm talking to her, I'm getting mad at my friend, and then I just go, partamos de la que siento yo quiero punchos en sus huevos porque ella está la muy tonto, yo no quiero aquí porque no me gusta, la bailamos de la que siento. No me gusta a todos, no me gusta esta escuela, y no me gusta él, tú, and I just kept going off. And the girl just started laughing like crazy. I'm like, oh, hola, señorita. ¿Te gusta que miras? You like what you see? And I was like, after that, I was like, maybe I do know Spanish. I started just shouting that same gibberish at my mom in the car because she's like, you don't know Spanish. I'm like, oh, really? Watch this. Pasamos de la canción. That's it's usually how it went. And then she's like, oh, you do know Spanish.
Okay.
I really wish I could.
Does your mom know any?
Nope. No. She knows French, like 3 words.
Oh.
Like 3 words of
say like
I'm with Charlotte on this.
I thought you were about to say
Spanish.
your mom's like fluent in French. I'll
She's
say no way.
Yeah, like she'll like whenever we're about to go see like Anton and Nison, we're gonna FaceTime them. She's like, all right, remember to say parlez du français. And I'm like, parlez du français? And she's like, yeah. I'm like, yeah. What else could I say to them? She's like, I don't know. I'm like,
all right, Mom.
I was like, thanks for the help.
Does your dad know any French?
No, he only knows Spanish. But Gio's dad
knows French.
3. He knows French, Spanish, Italian, and English.
Italian.
Yeah, he knows
I knew Italian.
He knows Italian and English too, which I'm just amazed by. And I'm like,
my mom and dad, they know. I'd say they know French decently well.
Really?
And then
your dad can definitely talk to Lisa and Antonio.
And my mom can too.
Really?
Yeah.
But yeah, I wish I knew more Spanish. I mean, I feel like I'm all right with it if I absolutely needed to, communicate with someone.
It's like a life or death. You just start speaking Spanish all of a sudden, and you haven't even learned.
It just clicks.
It just clicks.
You know what?
It's
It was a
not
struggle
life or
for
death
me in
moment.
Costa Rica. I didn't understand one
Really?
single human there. And it sucks, too, because we had people at work that speak Spanish, and I'm like, I want to understand you
You're
so
like,
bad. And
"Hello."
they, come to me to ask me a question, and I'm like, oh,
Hola,
my God.
manzana.
Like,
Manzana? No.
I'm like, wrong. I'm like, wrong person. I don't understand anything you're saying.
I just like messing with people in Spanish. It's funny. Sometimes I won't even say anything real. Like for like the first
gibberish.
Usually like when I go partamos de la que sientos, I've got no idea what that means.
You don't know what that means?
No, because I just say it fast and it seems fast to them, and I'll do filler words, but that's really what it goes like.
But so for me, like my mom and dad, they taught us quite a bit of Spanish when we were like very, very little and whatnot. So like we would have some really good like key words and whatnot to speak in Spanish when we were younger. Did your dad like ever do that to you or your parents?
Kinda. All I remembered was learning how to count to 10. ¿Cómo estás? Bien. That's it. That's really the only three. That's really the only 3 things he ever taught me growing up. And then I did 4 years of Spanish, and that's what I know.
And I would love to, like, when we have kids and whatnot, I would love to, like, teach them a lot of Spanish, but I don't even know much Spanish, dude.
Your dad.
Yeah, we'll give.
And they're gonna love Grandpa
my
Frank.
dad
Are you kidding me?
raise them for a year, and then they'll be fluent in Spanish.
We'll be there so often. Our life is gonna become more traveling than anything.
You think?
Because
Really?
everyone's gonna want to see the baby when they're here.
At least for the first year.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Then they get their terrible twos, and everyone's like, honestly, we're busy.
away.
They all turn their locations off. We are actually in a different state, guys.
The pretzels have him expelled. Dude. But with like Spanish, like, I mean, with the kind of like, I feel like what I hear, they're like, learn some Spanish by,
Duolingo.
not even, no, dude, that's what I've never heard anybody say that, but it's like by listening to music there, right? Like listening to Spanish music, that's what they say. It'll help you a lot. But I'm like, bro, I don't listen to that kind of stuff all the time. I do listen to some of it because my dad showed me some, but I'm like, I listen to rock and metal. What am I gonna do? I'm not gonna be singing "Ride the Lightning" to my kid when I grow up and expect him to learn something from that. But that's really it. Because I'm into it. Because what are you guys into music wise?
I like a lot of everything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't have a specific.
Mine more of everything than you're more of everything.
Oh yeah, I mean I have a favorite artist, but
really, because I don't know. Because like there's some things I can't stand. I know you listen to. Actually, I'm not gonna say that because people are gonna like me for saying this.
What country?
Yeah,
I don't listen to very much country.
I don't
Wasn't
know.
Zach Bryan on your freaking?
Hold on, I actually don't care how.
Four songs.
I don't care whose feelings I hurt right now. Country music is trash.
I hate it.
Most of it.
Because like I'm thinking.
Don't get me wrong. I listen to some. There's a few songs I really enjoy.
I love Jelly Roll.
And I love Jelly Roll. I'm not a big fan of the music, but I would go to his concert just to see him and his wife. No. Okay. But country music, the like really
like the
terribly...
old talking about sunset, tractor, beer, women,
making love in the back of your truck that you went like after a 6-pack.
Little hillbilly hoo-ha.
I know.
And the music, get it out of here. I don't want to listen to it.
Like, what are you gonna do with that kind of music, right? Like, I mean, I don't know because I don't care about it. But like when I'm with like my
it actually makes me angry when someone puts country on. And it's sometimes it's him too. He'll put a country song on. I'm like, skip it, please. I can't.
Cause like, what are you gonna do? You're not gonna be in the gym doing freaking chest day. And you're not gonna be pumped to. I don't wanna hold my hand, tick-tock, late night man when he something like that. You're not like you're gonna want to listen to darkness imprisoning me. All that I see.
I feel like another good genre for the gym, at least for me, I like listening to hard step EDM music.
Good, yeah.
And
I like listening to Juice WRLD rap.
Gym work playlist I had to just look at because it's just like, what do you have on your playlist?
Who?
Leo Skeppy. You've got to go to his TikTok bio, press his link tree, and he has his Spotify playlist for the gym in there. Diabolical.
Is it weird?
It's everything.
Everything?
Everything. But it's good. I'm sure it's a playlist you could work out to. I don't listen to music when I work out though.
A reason I hate country is because like the people that like because of like the people that I like I'm friends with, because they like all of my friends, they love country, dude. Not a single one of them likes rock.
Really?
Or not a single. Well, in my friend group, at least the ones that I hang out with, I've got some guys that listen to that kind of stuff. But
got anybody that listen to Kendrick?
Yeah, oh my
I love
gosh.
Kendrick.
Everybody? Yeah, like the girls in my group, a lot. Everybody does. Like my friends, they like turn this TV off, and they'll just they'll listen to like pretty much a lot of things except for rock, right? And it sucks because like I was at like my homecoming date with my friend, and they're playing songs, right? And Paradise City by Guns N' Roses comes on, right? I'm like, I love this song, dude. And then my friend, she goes, Alexa, play songs by Zach Bryan. I'm like, are you kidding me? Like, dude, like right then and there, a hatred came on.
Oh, wait, but you're right. You do have Zach Bryan songs on.
There's literally 4 songs of Zach Bryan that I like. Everything else that
Zach Bryan's also terrible person.
He's too really. He's just too slow.
Isn't it Zach Bryan that did what he did?
Yeah, he did a thing to his ex-wife or wife, girlfriend.
Yeah.
No, but and then there was
I don't think. Maybe he did. He probably did. It was a terrible relationship. Yeah, but I don't know.
And it's like a bunch of other stuff. Like I'll play like my Van Halen songs, right? And then my friend, he just grabbed my phone, just turned it off, and just did that. And then like two other times, I'm at like POW with my young men's ward. I love the guy who's driving the boat, right? But for the whole 4 days we were down there on that boat was nothing but country music.
You know
nothing but country.
I guess we also do have to think about it the other way. Maybe people hate our music just as much as we hate
I know,
country.
but the thing is that I don't force them. Like I haven't had a single person. You're the only because you like rock. The only
time I force someone to listen to my music is because if you're gonna sit in my car, I'm listening to my music.
Yeah, I know, but like,
unless it's me and him, then it's a back and forth.
Rock or heavy metal, it's not like something that I'd turn on every single time or whatnot. But like when you played it in the car, I was like,
Yeah.
I would jam into it.
Yeah,
Like, I
and-
love the parts where they just go.
Yeah, that's
like,
metal.
Just
And
the
then I play
drums,
rock.
anything that you could like
Just
headbang
just a
to,
subtle headbang
just,
too. Yeah, it's
like,
great.
You
And
can just feel the beat, and you're like, That's kind of the same thing with some EDM music. Like that's another
could
reason
just-
why I like it.
anything
You
that
just
you
kind
can-
of
you can't
feel the
you,
beat.
you can't
move
have
to
a
it
beat
in a
time.
way. And it's yeah, and it's not like something you can like dance to
Enjoy.
per se, but it's just something that you just kind of bop to, you know?
You could, and like I haven't had. You're like I told you, you're the only Geo too. You and Geo are really the only people that have ever told me, Nick, place like when you asked me to place, like you gave me your Spotify in the car to play my music. I was honestly surprised. I'm like, what am I supposed to do with this? Like play your playlist or something like
That's
that?
another place that's when I get anxiety is when someone says you put your phone on
Really?
music. I was like, oh no.
Oh no.
Yeah, because nobody
Oh,
asks me.
no.
Nobody asks me, and I hate it. I absolutely
Everyone
hate
will
it.
ask me, but my music can be so everywhere, and there's some songs that
you-
are like naughty, but I like it for the beat.
But you kind of feel like
And I'm like, what if that specific song comes on? I'm like, no, I don't
I
want
know.
to play it.
Because I was playing when I was playing some songs in the car with you. Because I was playing that Pantera song. Do you remember what we first played?
Yeah.
You remember what we first played? And I was like, I love it. I was jamming out to it in the car, and I was like, is it a little much? And I was like, is it a little much? And I was like, I know Andre, and I'm like, I think he's fine with it. But I'm like,
Oh, yeah.
I was like, I'd rather just listen to some rock, just a little tamer. Because
Yeah.
I don't even like telling my friends that I listen to metal. Like I'll tell them, they know that I like Metallica.
I know you like rock and stuff like that.
Yeah,
but
Van
not- I don't know if
Halen.
you like
Van Halen's my
metal.
favorite band, right? Van Halen, Metallica, Ozzy Osbourne, all the classic stuff, right? I
You
don't
like
like
Crazy Train.
Crazy. You kidding me? Crazy Train. And that's how it is. If you name anything from old, use most of the time, I'll say I love that stuff, dude.
Yeah.
I don't like really anything new, right?
Before you leave, you should see the songs that are on Guitar Hero because we can.
I want to see. I want to
out
see.
there.
I want to see that.
Yeah.
You should see Jerry shred on the PS2. Oh yeah.
Not on guitar, okay.
Okay.
No,
It is by
with the
controller.
fingers.
Yeah,
It's
I'll bring my guitar over and I'll
There's
just
a guitar
play.
though. You can play with me on a guitar.
For shizzle?
Yes.
Well,
for
shizzle on
shizzle, if you wanna.
Yes.
Heck
if you
yeah,
want.
dude.
It's pretty hard. I find it very difficult to.
It's harder on the but you also play it. He also plays guitar.
I did have
Different
a
concept,
Guru.
but same.
I mean,
same
you
way of
probably
holding
have the
it.
hand-eye coordination
yeah.
for that.
Oh,
and
yeah.
whatnot. I do not.
If you-
Either.
because you got to push the color and do the strum at the same
yeah,
time.
because like if you look at my
Yeah.
if you look at what I do, like last night I was just jamming out, right, and like I just zone out. I just zone out while I play, right? I'll just go bump bump bump. I don't know, and I just zone out. I'm not even looking at my guitar, right? I don't know if it's just muscle memory, but I'll do that. And I had my aunt. She gave me a Guitar Hero. She gave me a guitar and like 3 games for it too.
Yeah.
And I was looking at, because now that I'm into this kind of stuff, I finally re-looked at it and I'm like, oh, they got No Sleep Till Brooklyn. They got Hot for Teacher.
Yeah,
and I was even
everything I
they
Oh,
had
is that the one that
that was through no
our friend had?
I don't know.
Remember we played Guitar Hero at their house and he had bought it.
Oh,
Was
maybe.
that guitar? Because I think No Sleep Till Brooklyn was on there.
Yeah.
It might have been. I don't know.
Anyways,
I don't know
sorry, go
Guitar
ahead.
Hero
No,
very
don't
much
worry.
and whatnot.
And I was surprised on the variety. Like they had On the Road Again by Willie Nelson. That's like the only country song that I
On the
love
road
that song.
again. I can't
Wait to get, and he
on the
doesn't even
road
have that
again.
heavy accent either, which I love about. It's not even that bad. And I was looking, the variety's huge, right? It goes from
Yeah.
Van Halen, Hot for Teacher to Willie Nelson to freaking Psychosocial by Slipknot, and I was like, dang, I was like, I don't even listen to that, and it's all on there, right?
Yeah.
Linkin Park, whatever, and I was like, dang, it's cool. And I wish I didn't get rid of the guitars. I got rid of the guitars, and I was like, man, I would have loved to have done that now.
Yeah. Yeah, of course. Yeah. Right after this, we're even almost done.
Really?
How
How long have we been talking for?
An hour and 2 minutes.
Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
Bro, I thought we were like 30 minutes, 40 minutes in.
No, yeah, we've been yapping.
I've been yapping.
No, it's good. It's great. I love it.
Thing.
I love it when episodes just flow together like this. Like we get
Yeah, because there's times
talking.
where me and Andre have like a solid 5 minutes of silence because we have
Really?
no idea what to talk about next.
Yeah,
Really?
I mean, I
And
cut
then-
it out and whatnot.
Yeah,
but
Yeah.
two people conversations. They're always it's different because you guys are married and really you guys know
And
each other, so it's easier, right?
I
But it's
also
also,
really, 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 really struggle to keep stories from him. until the podcast.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Because like when something happens, I'm like, you have to hear what happened at work today.
Oh, tell me. No, not
to
now.
work.
Not now. But like, I was just talking to you guys about this kind of stuff, right? In the kitchen, just barely, and I was like, this is just easy. And I was like, especially when there's 3 people, when there's more people, it's just easy. In my opinion, it's just easy to talk, right?
Oh yeah, especially when you have like someone that you're not constantly always around, because like when
different
like
things are happening.
me and Jerry, like we basically experience the same thing over and over again, or not over and over again, but like the same thing at the same time, so we know already what's going on in each other's lives. But for say when we have a guest like you, our other friend Jacob, and our other friend Jacob that we've had on the podcast, like we were like, oh, like what's going on in your life,
It's
like
just
how
easy
do you live your life, like we're very curious to know like what's going on with you, you know? And it makes conversations flow so much easier and whatnot. And also the characteristics of the people, like unlike us, like you and the other 2 people that we brought on, you're very more extroverted, talkative, and you love to converse, you know?
I do.
Yeah.
And we love it. It's great.
It's great.
Yeah.
Because see, it's really hard when Andre's like, how's your week? I'm like, I went to work and I laid in bed.
Tell me about that. I went to
I
bed and
made some bead,
very interesting.
well, candies for EDC.
How did you sleep?
How did you sleep with my eyes closed?
See, that's my issue is I hyper focus on one thing and I do it for days on end. So when you're like, what'd you do this week? I'm like,
Literally.
I made beaded bracelets and went to
Literally.
work and went to sleep. What'd you do? Because I like hyper focus on it, and as soon as I get home, I'll shower, start doing it, and I won't stop until I go to bed.
And then apparently every other person in the world, you're like, yeah, I climbed Mount Everest yesterday. I went skydiving.
Climb Mount Everest again for the fun of it.
And like doing all this other stuff. And I'm like, okay.
I'm just glad that you two. I'm just glad that you two. Jerry doesn't go up to you and like, hey Andre, get.
It took a long time.
Guess what I did yesterday?
He had.
It did take a long time.
It took a long time.
Really?
Andre held on for.
Like while you were
longer than I
dating or married?
Dating.
Married.
Well, when we started dating, I had a hard time, and I
Man,
like.
it's always hard. It's always hard to.
But in a hard time, as in like, I was just afraid to be. Unfortunately, used for my body, and
first
so that's
relationship,
where I like held such a wall up. I'm like, don't even touch me. I don't want any. And then I let that wall down, and you had all the respect in the world.
Yeah.
And then I just became way more comfortable with you because you respected the way I felt all the time.
I hate at school. I hate seeing relationships, dude.
I was the same way when I was your age.
Yeah,
or people doing it on Facebook. I'm like, I don't care.
I know.
I hate.
Get out of here.
Yeah, I hate that
don't
you're in a
wanna
happy
see it.
relationship. I want to be in one.
It's like my turn. No, because like I'll see people at school, right? Like, and it's rough. It's rough, dude. They'll just be talking all the time, and I'll just want to be like, hey guys. You guys need a third person to be with you at all times? Like, do you want me to be the GOT or Andre and Jerica while you kiss, apparently? No, but it's
I wonder if
fine.
Gio remembers that.
He's probably
I'm
like,
sure he does.
You think?
Yeah.
this is not something you, because like, man, the thing with like my friends, like when they get like in relationships, right, and they kiss each other, right, and they like, man, most of the time things go downhill after that. Like my friend, the girl and my friend, he was on the guy's birthday, and she kissed him, and oh my goodness, this has been the best joke running in our friend group. And while they kiss, right, they're in the room together, and he just goes, round 2. And then he's like just saying like to kiss again, right? And because I stuck my phone under the door, and I got that on camera. So every time I'm feeling a little down, I'll just pull that up, and I'll feel happy about that. Cause it was so funny.
Wait, you took a video of them kissing?
No. I just put my phone under the door for audio, right? Well, that sounds worse. That sounds 10 times worse.
I think you knew they probably weren't doing anything.
No, they weren't. Because like I want to hear what they were talking about before.
You knew nothing was going on.
I knew that nothing was gonna go on. Like,
Yeah.
gosh,
So what they said
Made you laugh.
The thing,
'Cause he said
he said round 2.
yeah, because they were done kissing. He goes round 2. And it was like,
that's
bro,
the only clip that you have?
No, I was filming for like a minute, but you couldn't hear anything. But that was like the one thing that you could hear. It was round 2, and apparently that was her first kiss, right? That was her first kiss, and bro, he went for a makeout, right? He like for her first kiss, tongue. He went for tongue, dude.
That's not a good idea.
It's not. He ended up biting her lip after that, dude. She walked down and she's got a bite mark on her lip, and we're like, I was like, dude,
you kidding me?
I was like, are you kidding me? He's like, oh, I'm sorry. And then just recently, right, like a little bit, like a couple weeks ago, he was like, oh yeah, it was hard to like. He was like, oh yeah, her mouth was open, right? You kind of had to like move to that. I'm like. First of all, I doubt that's what happened because she didn't say anything. You
can also make out without tongue.
Yeah, but like I was also like, dude, why didn't you say that like 6 months ago? Like you really let me like go round 2 to you like every other week, like every week for like 6 months, and you all of a sudden bring that up, and I'm like, bro, there's no way that happened. That's what happens with a lot of it's pretty much the same case with the other guys, you know.
Yeah.
Except for me, so.
I guess this will be the last kind of topic, but
yeah,
because the episode's getting a little bit long. I mean, it's really not that long, but
our first one was like almost 3 hours, wasn't it?
It was like I liked your first one because it was like an hour and 45 minutes, and I was like, I kind of liked it. I kind of liked it long, honestly.
Yeah, it's good long,
and
but
I yapped.
I am too.
We just got places to be today and family to see. But yeah, I wanted to talk about. Do you ever have any like big school fights that happened in your school? Because I remember when we were in like middle school, or like the ones that stood out were in middle school. Okay, we had a time when I think it was like 3 people they fought.
Really?
And then like another time when 2 girls fought.
That's gotta be sad to watch.
And I remember because the first one was. Someone, like a few people recorded the fight, right?
Was it the girl's name that started with an S?
No, this is with the guys.
Oh.
So the first one was with the guys. It was one of the guys. He was a pretty big, very voluptuous, very round, very round man.
Word of the day.
And then there was this other like tall, more athletic kid, and then another kid. And all I remember in the video was seeing that one of the kids grabbed the bigger kid's his backpack and pulled it, and bro went boom and landed straight flat on his back on the ground. And oh my gosh, that video went viral in our freaking school. And like if you got caught with that video in your phone, you'd get told to delete it or whatever. Or if you like shared it at all, you would get in trouble if they found out and whatever. And then the other time was
fight was hair pulling, slapping.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
It's a cat fight.
I was like, I don't want to waste storage on my phone with that, dude. I don't want to see.
I think it's ridiculous how girls fight.
It is.
Like you are so low of a person if you're gonna go straight for the hair. Come on.
Yeah,
slapping, scratching.
I think
very little punching, I'd say. But
do you have anything to say about it, or was that? Because.
I don't really.
And
I didn't see any of the fights. It only was on video.
Well, then I'll share. I'll share my. So I'll make these two quick. Okay. So the first one was this guy, right? He's pretty popular guy, and then this other guy. He thinks he's popular, but he don't talk to anybody. He don't look popular either. He don't got the looks for it.
He's very cocky.
Yeah. So he was, and he started saying, he's like, do you think that I could beat this guy up in a fight to everybody he went person by person to the cafeteria eating lunch, and he goes, do you think I could beat up this guy and like beat him in a fight? And then I was like, no. Everybody was just saying no, right? And then he challenged him to a fight. This guy's girlfriend at the time. I know. And this guy's girlfriend at the time, she posted a Be Real, right? You can comment on Be Reals.
Yeah.
And he texted on her Be Real publicly, and
to the other guy's girlfriend.
Yeah, to this guy's girlfriend, and he said, "Yo, can you tell your boyfriend to call off the fight?" And oh my goodness, that conversation went on for an hour, like 200 messages where everybody was not a single person was backing him up. I was even on that, and I'm like,
so he said he wanted to fight, and then he was like, call it the
and
fight.
then because it was gonna happen, and then he freaking backed off.
Tried to get out of it.
Yeah, he tried. He tried to, and that on that whole thing, I was even in on it. And then it never happened.
He was like, I want to see.
Yeah, and then the second time was 2 biggest guys in the school, right? This guy looks like he's on steroids. This was a year ago, right? This is 9th grade. This guy looks like he's on steroids, and then the other guy, he's like a little smaller than him.
Yeah.
So they go and they're like, yo, dude, let's fight. And we're like, he's like, okay. So the guy, he was a little scared to fight. So he was, they fought in the baseball field, right?
Yeah.
Like a really big open field.
Area.
You know the field where you see when you come up my hill. It's really big.
Yeah.
That's where they fought. And he goes up, they start fighting, right? They start pounding each other. It was a cool fight. I still got the video on it.
Oh, what?
But the next day, yeah, I'll show it to you. But the next day, they got suspended for 2 days after. For 2 days after that, they weren't as bad where they were like delete the video. But I was like, I was showing everybody.
But it wasn't like a beef fight. It was more like a fight.
It was like a let's fight, because they were known for being like the two like really defined guys, right?
Yeah.
2 like really defined, like they should be like, they look like their physique was like a 20-year-old, right? Like it's insane. And they're like, let's see you could fight. And I thought it was just gonna be like a sick like boxing thing. Nope. They grab each other, bam, 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 just get on the floor, right? And it's nothing special, honestly. It was cool, but it wasn't like anything like to remember. I just remember that they got suspended for 2 days.
Yeah. All right. Well, that is all the time we have for this week's episode. Thank you, Nicholas.
Can I say I'll be back next week.
Next week?
I won't. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
Like, well, I mean, if you want to hop on Discord, I can try and figure out how to do that around that.
I'll drive down next week. No, but thank you for having me. I had a lot of fun today.
Really, really fun.
Oh, yeah.
Got more plans. We'll hang out more this week. We'll go to the gym with Gio on Friday.
Get Gio on this podcast. I want to hear what he's got to say. This is got to be fun.
Andre said you should have just you, Nico, and Gio on.
Yeah.
I feel like Gio would be very quiet though.
I don't think so. If I was on it, I don't think I'd really say anything.
Well, that's why me and Gio will just bring our guitars.
But that's what I'm saying. You just probably get a pretty good episode out of the 3 of you.
Maybe that'd be fun. Maybe we could get one for like maybe at the end of this week. We'll record it. You post in like a month or something like that.
I don't know. Even if it's maybe like just a little clip that I can.
That'd be really. I think that'd be fun. So
maybe. It's a possibility.
Okay.
All right. Well, anything else to add, you guys? No.
I think we're good.
As always, I guess I don't say that very often, but turn on that notification bell so you get notified anytime an episode comes out.
Click the subscribe button down below.
Go follow. Share this with everybody. And we will see you guys in the next one. Bye.
Bye.
Welcome back, everybody, to the A.J.I podcast episode. All right, we're going to redo that because I forgot what episode it is. I think it's episode 30. I think we're on
30?
Episode 30. Yeah.
30 weeks of this stuff.
30 weeks. That's crazy.
What better way
That's
to do...
almost a year. Like in August, it's a year.
Yeah.
We have 20 weeks left.
Crazy.
22.
All right.
Really? Jeez.
52 weeks in a year.
Wow.
Don't say anything
until
I introduce you.
I wasn't going to.
Okay.
Yeah. It's usually what happens whenever we lose. I'll go.
Or Cameron and Freddie, when we play with them, you can hear them clicking every button.
Oh, really? I mean, I can hear. Well, I can hear your. I can hear.
You know when that ever does it happen? A 24/7.
No, it's like a. Well, is it? I think I kind of like drown it out after some time, but it's more of like a.
Because how it happens is when I plug my headphones in, and I rest my hand. Because usually I'm laying back, so I like rest my hand right here, and it's on the cord. So anytime
the vibrations get sent.
Yeah, it does it to my mic.
Newton's third law. No, it's not like it's not a constant thing. I know thinking about you.
And I know you always did.
That song brings me like bad memories.
I want to cross my legs, but I can't.
I'll explain it in the podcast if we get to it.
I can't move, or this blanket's gonna fall.
I hope this chair doesn't squeak too much.
What's that in a chair? But I want to pull on a light 24 sweat. There was something. Nah. All right. Let's begin.
All right. I'm about to do the thing.
This is the A.J.I. podcast.
All right, 3, 2, 1.